And hello, everyone. That was a little bit of a weird intro. I am using my microphone, so this is the first video that I'm using the iPhone and a wireless microphone. So yeah, I was just like interesting to see how things work. Either way, welcome everyone. Welcome to a new video. I hope the holiday season is upon you. I hope it is treating you right. And today, similar to the video about the books, okay, the top books of 2024, we have the top shows of 2024. Now, these are going to be ranked not in a specific order. They are basically the top three things that I have watched this year that not only I thought that it kind of changed my life at the present moment as I was watching, that I thoroughly enjoy them, but at the same time that I feel like they contributed something to the cinematic world or something like that. So I am going to be reading a couple notes that I took. Okay, I have my second phone here, and either way, I want to start off with the biggest one, which is Game of Thrones. And yes, I had never watched Game of Thrones before, and basically I did watch the last season when it came out, but that was it because at the time the producers were then gonna go on and do Star Wars and stuff like that. So I felt like it was right for me to basically watch at the same time as other people were watching. So the interesting part about Game of Thrones is that there are so many books and the history and the dialogue, characterization of characters is so rich, is so dense. You watch that show and you are amazed and marvelous how every single character feels like it comes to life, feels like it has a voice, and at the same time, the story is moving forward. At this moment that I am recording this video, I am starting season 6, so I have 2 to 3 seasons left, taking in consideration that I've already watched the last one. I think it's a show that you must watch. It is very rich. It's going to consume a lot of your time, but it's amazing. I started watching the show and I pretty much consumed everything in a very bombastic way, in a very followed and rushed way. When I went to my previous working experience, when I started working at a sports store, which was Decathlon, I during the summer, mostly like July or August, I started consuming that a lot, especially July. So yeah, now we move on to the second show, and this is where I get my phone. The second show is Shogun, which was an amazing show that at the time that they revealed it, I watched the trailer online and I was like, this could be very interesting because it was about like samurai stuff, but it felt more deep. It felt like it had characters and it felt like the story would deliver on something. And oh boy, does it deliver! It's probably up there this year, one of the best shows with Penguin. I don't know if I prefer Shogun or Penguin, to be honest. I think I couldn't pick between both because I feel like both are just incredible. And so the next show that we're going to talk about is Penguin, which was fucking marvelous. And this is where I get my notes for my phones, whatever. I got 2 phones because I do. How great. So anyway, this series is an historical drama television that is an adaptation of the 1975's novel. Okay, it predominantly features a Japanese cast, like you would expect, and basically it follows the intersecting lives of John Blackthorne, Lord Toranaga, and Lady Mariko. So basically, I'm just gonna say a brief description. John Blackthorne is basically an English navigator who becomes shipwrecked in Japan. Then Lord Toranaga is basically like the chief, and he is embroiled, I guess, in a political struggle in terms of everything that's been going on against his rivals. And then Lady Mariko basically has skills, but like she has skills of translator, but she also has a lot of backstory in terms of burden by family ties, and she wants to prove her worth and loyalty. So all these interesting intersecting stories come into play in a very very rich environment and a very very rich world. You feel like the world has a life. You feel like the locations that you go into the show are good and everything seems like it has and objective. You know what I mean? It's not a show where people are just gonna go someplace and they're gonna have this dialogue. And even if the story is good, no, it feels like everything fits. So that's why this show was very, very cool. And basically, you can watch it on VX, Hulu, United States, and then Disney Plus in various regions. I was just gonna say, um, the narrative basically explores themes of cultural collision, political intrigue, and personal transformation, and that is basically the main premise of the show. Even though it has this historical setup and it has this historical thing, it's met with a lot of like intrigue and political struggle, a lot of struggle, and it's the best kind of shows in my opinion, of course. And now we move on to the third show that I definitely think you should watch, which is Penguin. It's available on Max or HBO. So, and I do have some notes here, but I just want to say this. At the beginning, when Batman, was it 2021 or 2022? I don't know, with Robert Pattinson, when it came out, I was like, let's see if this is good. And it was actually good. And then when they announced a show and a series about Penguin, I was like, I mean, maybe it's going to be good. Maybe they can cook something. But oh my, did they cook. What basically makes this show groundbreaking is that they focus so much on the character. I think they already knew exactly the identity of Penguin. It feels like they already knew where they were going. They make you root for the bad guy, and then they basically pull the rug underneath you. It's so incredibly good, and I cannot state enough the performance of actors. Like basically, it's an American crime drama miniseries, and it serves as a spin-off sequel to the 2022 The Batman. It basically focuses on Oswald Oz Cobblepot, ascent within Gotham City's criminal hierarchy. Main two characters are Oz Cobblepot, which is portrayed by Colin Farrell, and we have Sofia Falcone, or Sofia Gigante, which is by Kristen Milioti. I hope I'm saying her name right. And then you have also secondary characters, but these two are the main ones. And the story is going to be about these, and the story is going to unfold also in the past, also in the present. And there's this amazing episode with Sofia Falcone where she goes into Arkham Asylum. And oh my fucking god, it's probably my favorite episode of the show. Just like, I'm just gonna make this comparison, just like in Last of Us, the best episode was about not Joel and not Ellie, and I have no idea what the names of the characters are, but you know exactly the episode that I'm talking about. That so many people hated because, oh my god, the story is so much different than the one of the game, and yet it was the different episode of that show, and this is the different episode of this show, and it's bombastic, it's amazing, it's groundbreaking. So I cannot stress you enough. Go watch Penguin. If you are someone who probably Shogun is going to be a little bit more heavy for you, and Game of Thrones is going to be so much heavy, Penguin is so much easier to pick up and to follow. But at the same time, the story is rich and the characters are so good. So I am very interested to see how the other shows in this Batman universe are going to go, and even the next movie. I hope everything just comes into fruition, and I hope everything is just bombastic because we deserve it as fans. I'm a huge fan of DC, I'm a huge fan of Batman, and I fucking finally love to see that they're doing something because I've always been a Marvel fanboy, but DC is much better. The characters for me are so much better, even Superman, and I hate Superman. Okay, we're going off track right here, but yeah, either way, I appreciate you watching this video. I hope you have a nice holiday. I hope you watch the shows during the holiday. Hope you have some time to check them out. I will see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed the video. New mic, different shirt, and different mentality because holidays are fucking amazing. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Yay.